Hello and welcome to my watch-along of the match from yesterday's showcase mode over on eBay's Plays Games. I promised that I was going to do it, didn't manage to do it last night in the end, so we're doing it today, and getting it uploaded for you so we're not too far behind. If you're interested in watching me play the showcase mode, then the link to eBay's Plays Games is in the description. If you want to see the match simulation of this match, then the link to eBay's Sims Games is in the description, and that went up yesterday. But first things first, let's do ourselves a little watch-along. So we're going to be watching Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks from Fastlane 2017. So, fire up your WWE network, pause this video, get to Fastlane 2017, get to the right point in the show. Now, if you're using the quick skip navigation things, the jump to section, it's just called Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks. If you want to use the timestamp, I'm currently paused at 39 minutes and 35 seconds into the show. So, whichever way you want to do it, pause this video, get yourself on the network, get yourself lined up with me, 39 minutes, 35 seconds in, paused, and then restart the video. Well, not restart as in from the beginning, but unpause the video would be a better term, and we'll watch this together. So I'm going to assume everyone's done that now. That's what that brief pause was for. So we should all be looking at the network, a slightly blurry image that I think is the start of Nia's old Titantron. 39 minutes, 35 seconds. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and that. And that noise is going to be me pressing play. And then we will obviously begin. I will also count up the first few seconds to let you know how to get in sync. Okay? So, without further ado, get hovered over your play button on your WWE network. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 36, 37, 38, 39... 40 seconds. Okay, so we should be in sync, guys. We should be in sync, hopefully. Nia Jax's eyes and name. Oh, and there's her eyes again. Do you remember when this was her entrance? Just like a real close-up on her face. No one fall. Like, I mean from the crowd, like, there's no one fall annoying thing. So that hadn't started yet in 2017. I feel like it's older than that. There's Brock Lesnar guy. Remember this when there was crowds? Crazy. Hey, here's our Spanish announce team. Minus Hugo Savinovich, the absolute nutter that he is these days. Goldberg! Brilliant. Is our German announce team? Yes, exactly. I was just thinking that, guys. So, yeah, a rare WWE pay-per-view women's match with no title on the line. It's boss time. Interesting how we've just had... At the most recent pay-per-view, at Payback, we've just had a match involving Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, except it was a tag match for the tag titles, and Sasha was heel. I don't know what Nia is supposed to be. I think Nia's supposed to be heel. I think maybe Shayna's face. They seem, while they've not got a live audience, they seem to be sort of almost disregarding heel and face, because it doesn't matter. They're just telling stories, and I quite like it. There's a bit more nuance to the characters. It's not just good guy, bad guy stuff, you know, it's... Like, who was the good guy in the triple threat for the Universal title, for example? You could argue no one was a good guy. They were all just monsters, you know. I don't want to get too far off topic, but it applies to the women as well. Like, Nia's pretty clearly supposed to be unlikable, which is fortunate because she is. But Sasha and Bayley are clearly heel, but Sasha's starting to have her doubts about Bayley, so she's starting to show signs. But what's Shayna supposed to be? She's supposed to be face? Or was that just a tag match with 4 heels? I don't know. Anywho. Oh! Okay, so Sasha rushed in. Nia lifted her up like a high-angle spine buster, but Sasha beat her with her elbow. So we're going to get the David versus Goliath story, at least early in the match. There's a headbutt. Sasha stumbles back into the corner, but then dodges out the way. Punches. She's trying to do the corner mount whilst punching. Make it look more urgent. Nia pushes her off. I don't really like this whole trope in wrestling where someone big is intrinsically tougher. Like, I get them more intimidating, and maybe, you know, they've got the advantage that you can't slam them the same and, you know, suplex them and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of just taking a punch to the face, it doesn't really matter how tall you are or how much you weigh. Punch to the face is a punch to the face. You know, like, I've always thought that, like, why is Nia just allowed to no-sell Sasha punching in the face? Oh, across the back. Across the knee, sorry. Back first, across the knee. Stretching Nia. Oh, there's a replay. Yeah, into the corner, and a clubbing blow to the back. I didn't call that. I was talking about why isn't Nia's face tougher than Sasha's. But, yeah, I think it's a valid point. I mean, obviously I do. I'm making it. I'm not going to make a point I think is invalid, am I? But, yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that's a strange thing for wrestling? I could get the whole of wrestling requires suspension of disbelief, but I've always kind of had an issue with the whole bigger people are tougher than smaller people thing. Like, in terms of ability to take a punch and stuff like that, you know, to the jaw. Like, what difference does it make? Granted, you're kind of punching uphill, I guess, so you might not have the same leverage, but not. Sasha was mounted on Nia. She was punching down onto her, same as she would be on anyone else in that situation. I don't know. Rant over. Let's move on. Who's that referee? I don't recognise that ref. I mean, my bad if he's been around for like 20 years and I've just never noticed him before, but I don't recognise that ref. So we're in the phase of the match now where the big nasty heel is going to dominate the plucky babyface for a bit before we get a comeback happening. Irks her. She's got a business degree. I'm the boss. I've got a business degree. What a ridiculous bit of commentary that he's clearly been fed to say. Like, I think left to his own devices, Corey Graves is quite a good commentator. I feel like you can kind of tell when he's fed some nonsense to say, and he's probably sort of heard it in his headset, rolled his eyes, sighed silently, and then been like, fine, and done the line. And tried to do his best with it, but when they give him rubbish like that to work with, there's only so much he can do. There's a Demon Balor in the front row. Shouldn't he be like wrestling or something? Oh, Sasha wriggles free, kicks Nia in the top of the head a couple of times. But of course, Nia doesn't feel it because big people have super tough foreheads. Thrown across the ring with a massive beal is Sasha, obviously. Just to clarify though, in case you're not watching along, I am curious, does anyone ever listen to this and not watch along? And if so, please let me know in the comments. Why? Like, what do you get out of that? Like, how is this video entertaining without the accompanying WWE Network? I'm just curious. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. Like, what you find entertaining is what you find entertaining. You do you. Absolutely. But genuinely curious. Like, what's it with that? Going for a pin. And Sasha kicks out. Obviously. It wasn't really a finisher, was it? Oh, now knee in the back, surfboard. Surfboard in Sasha, but very badly. Her arms are basically just up. Because Nia can't be bothered to kneel down to put the knee in the back, to pull the arms at the right angle. So that looks really unpainful for Sasha. I can do that to myself. Like, right now. There. That angle. That's fine. It's not mega comfortable, but it's not, like, painful either. Scoop slam! Nia very pleased with herself for being able to do a scoop slam. Both in character and in real life, I would imagine. And the bath. Into the corner. By the way, if I say anything like that's really kind of weird and out of left field and off the wall, I blame lack of sleep. At the point of recording this, I've been awake for 51 and a half, if we're being accurate, 50 and a half of the last 51 and a half hours, roughly. There or thereabouts. So, yeah. Pretty tired, but I wanted to get this video done. Oh, Nia doing some squats with Sasha in a torture rack. But yeah, so if I say something like this just makes literally no sense, then that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Hoping to get some sleep today once I've got a couple of things recorded. Either that, I'm just going to absolutely crash and burn and fall asleep recording a video and wake up and I'll have like a 7-hour blank audio file to delete. But at the moment, I feel alright. I'm aware that I'm tired, but I'm not like super sleepy, need to go to sleep now. Oh, nice! Sasha comes round into the guillotine. She has indeed. Thanks for calling the same thing as me there, Corey. Nia powers out. Oh, and Sasha switches arms. I remember that from the showcase mode match. I think that's in the cutscene. Oh, that was a face. That might be a thumbnail if I can get a still of that. Oh, no. Open over and Sasha clings on again. Oh, I think we're about to get to the point that I used for the thumbnail for the showcase mode match. Yeah, where Sasha's on her back. I think it's in a second now. Yep, it was about here. It'd be good if I could use the same kind of frame for both thumbnails, wouldn't it? Or at least the same rough scene. Anyway, Nia's flipped Sasha over her head now and off onto the floor. Oh, runs into a back elbow though. Oh, and a knee lift. Boots her. Double boots. Oh, that didn't look very good. Oh, tilt-a-whirl. No, can't. Oh, DDT. That was very unfluid. And into the bank statement. Is that it? Is Nia going to tap? It was a quick match if she does. Not too quick, I suppose, but reasonably quick. I think the fans kind of just want this to be over, to be honest. That was an interesting phase Nia had as well. That could be thumbnail material. You guys will know by the time you hear me saying this what I've chosen as the thumbnail, but I don't, so interesting. Oh! High angle spine buster. Nia got out of the bank statement, by the way, guys. Just should point out. Basically stood up out of it. That's where being bigger has the advantage. Like, that makes sense to me. And being able to drop your weight like that leg drop. That leg drop should hurt Sasha more than Sasha doing a leg drop hurts Nia. But that's because you're using your weight as a weapon. Just throwing a punch. Yeah, you throw your weight into a punch to a degree. But, you know, not to the extent that they don't sell it. Oh, it's just ragging her about by the hair. It's not very nice. Referee telling her off for holding the hair, but apparently not going to count her down or anything. Oh, up into a Samoan drop. Old finisher thing. Oh, victory roll. Oh, bridge is over. And got her. And she's very happy about it in her legit boss shirt, and Nia's not happy about it. What a win. What a roll-up. What a maneuver. So yeah, Sasha picks up the win with a roll-up. Nia's not best pleased. I'm just mostly glad it's over. Oh, we got someone in boss glasses having a dance there. 2 girls. Some fans. They've managed to find the 3 Sasha Banks fans in the arena. I'm kidding. I know she was pretty over at this point. Oh, wow. Okay, so leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the match itself. Like for me, for the video, and comment for the actual pay-per-view match that we just watched together. You know, so there's no confusion. Subscribe if you're new here. Share with your friends if you think they would enjoy what I do. Also, check the description. I already plugged most of my channels, but my other channels are there, my social media, and my Patreon, where you can support me for just $1 per calendar month, and it would be greatly appreciated. Just recapping the victory roll here, or whatever it's called, Okana roll, I think it was, without the rope push. Anyway, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Abaza, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.